Hey everyone, welcome to another quarantine edition of the Adam and Chris Show. I'm St. Adam.
I'm Chris Malice.
And Chris, when I think of the many things I miss doing before coronavirus just ruined our lives, going to the movies is one of them.
Yeah.
And, with good reason. I understand why, theaters have been reduced in their capacity and even shut down in some cases. But now, the theaters around me are starting to open up. And it's got me thinking about just everything going on with that.
So are
What do
any of
you
the porno theaters opening up?
Are there any? I think Pornhub probably eliminated that.
I don't know. What about other countries?
Well, I mean, there's only so many snuff films you can watch.
Yeah, you go to Serbia tonight. Your porno movie's a Serbian film. Ooh,
Oh, I
ooh.
don't want to meet the person that finds that erotic.
Yeah, they probably need serious brain surgery.
But other than that fucked up little segue, just thinking about movies, I always enjoyed going to the movie theater. I like the atmosphere. I like, you're in the dark, there's that big screen, the sound system's going. I always enjoy it. I was never really one to stream movies, right when they come out. I enjoyed going out. I mean,
Yeah, I
okay,
do too.
I didn't like having to file for financial aid to buy food there, but there are ways around that.
Yeah, yeah.
But with movie theaters opening up, I'm wondering what are some of the precautions they're going to take? Obviously, you would think they would reduce the number of people in there so they could social distance.
And probably,
Um,
I mean,
well, here, I
I've seen
mean,
a
yeah,
I've seen a good movie with a good movie start off with Audrey Petuni in a movie theater and it finished in her bedroom.
yeah, that's not going to happen.
Hey, there's only 6 people in the theater, maybe 20. I mean, you don't know.
Don't even think about it. But you know, people be wearing masks, but you're going to be having food with you. Most people do at least. So the mask is really not going to work because you have to take it off, eat your popcorn, put it back on, take it back off, drink your drink, put it back on. Oh, take it off, more popcorn. It's just kind of like this. I don't see it working. I mean, let's
I
face
don't
it,
either.
nobody's not going to cough in a movie theater. Anyone that's ever tried to bootleg a movie in the theater, you always hear that guy coughing in the background.
Yeah, and then you watch as the camera shakes. What the fuck?
Right. But like when you really look at it, because like we were supposed to have a big summer blockbuster season, and it didn't happen. Understandably, it didn't
Yeah,
happen. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
going
I agree.
to go off on a tangent about that, but with it opening back up, there's still movies that are still planning on coming to theater, like the third Bill and Ted, and I really want to see that. And I'm wondering, like, these movies that would probably rake in a good profit if this wasn't going on, will it affect their bottom line negatively? Will good movies be deemed box office failures because of this?
Yeah, that's good to think about. Here's my thing. Um, so you heard what Disney's doing with Mulan? They're going to stream
Yeah,
it on the Disney Plus, but they're going to start it off at $30. Um, yeah, that's a little weird. The whole point of getting a streaming service is you're paying, one lump sum monthly sum for all that content. I get it's a newer movie. I don't know how well it's going to do. Um, I don't know if people are going to want to chuck the $30 for that on a streaming service they already pay for. But I know
yeah,
that was it that new Trolls movie, Trolls World Tour. It did. Went straight to streaming and it did 100. I think 110 mil. It did pretty good for itself. So
yeah. I mean, it probably did, and it's probably easier to get like family-friendly films like that to turn a profit because the kids really want to see it. You have family movie night, whatnot.
yeah.
Um, but and like that Scoob movie that came out, Sarah and I wanted to see that in theaters, but like on the streaming service, it's like $20. I'm like, $20 for this, and I'm not even, I can rationalize making a matinee and spending about, $5 on a ticket, no food or anything, just to go and watch it. $20 for this, and I get the price because you could have as many people in your living room as you can fit to watch this one-time price, but it is kind of steep. It's very steep, and the movie theater atmosphere, has always been a hallmark of like even my childhood. I remember, my dad taking me to see Follow That Bird when it came out, the Sesame Street movie. I remember standing in line for the first Ninja Turtles film. Like, movie theaters have been such a big part of not only my childhood, but my adult life as well. Always had a good time, except, if it said directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I last movie I went to the theater to see was Birds of Prey, and I liked it. I had a good time there. It's also a sense of community, you know. Yeah, you can sit there with your girlfriend, but it's like going to a convention. When you go to a convention, you know, you end up running into people that you never talked to before, and you guys bond. And maybe for that 5 minutes, or maybe it's if someone you become a friend. We've met people from conventions that we became friends with for a long period of
Hmm.
time. But it's that sense of community that gets taken out of it, not just the sound and the high priced food and stuff like that. I enjoy going to the theater. you know
Well, I mean, hell, the first time I met you was at a movie theater
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
the arcade room,
Yep.
which they don't
Remember the
have
arcade?
anymore. I miss those.
Huh?
I said they don't have arcade rooms anymore, and I miss those.
Yeah. We had that at the movie theater by where we met at Gauntlet. Remember
Hmm.
that? Oh, it was
Yeah.
so good. It was so fucking good. Um, I'm cautious. I don't see this COVID-19 thing ending before the election. I just don't. It's just too up and down. We're not just straight going down. It's too many extreme ups and downs. So I don't really see it ending before November. Um, I'm curious to see what Disney does with the Black Widow movie. If
Yeah.
by then they still just hold off releasing it. Um, but yeah, a lot of movie studios are taking hits, and who knows how many when this does end. Who knows how many theaters are still going to be open?
Exactly. I know like there were theaters around here that were struggling because of streaming services and everything like that. Um, this just is an extra shot to the gut for a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And even for movies that were coming out, for like all these studios that have planned for things, they have to pull their plans back. Like my wife and I, were really looking forward to Wonder Woman 1984. And, that got pushed back to November because COVID hit. They didn't want to put it in a streaming service. They wanted that to have a theatrical release. And who knows if by November things will be even somewhat decent. I mean, this here, I think it's kind of risky to, they're opening up the theater and Labor Day is like right there when they're opening the theaters up. We're going to see what happens. And I don't know how it's going to go. Like the pessimist in me just kind of feels like it's going to be a bad idea, and all the way around in every conceivable way it's going to be a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not going to be good. Um, but like I said, how many movie theaters are still going to be around when we do come back? Um, I don't know, man. It's scary.
I
I
think like theaters that don't belong to like AMC or things like that that belong to a chain. Think of like the Drexel here in
mm,
town. Um, they did a lot of like fan service stuff. Like we're gonna do the Wasteland Cinema 24-hour movie marathon, or they do certain fan films and invite the fans to come in, and that's really how they made their bread and butter. And they got hit harder than like the AMC theater by us.
yeah, and then what's sad is like a place like the Drexel. It's downtown, and with downtown Columbus, for me, because I used to hang out down there because I played out all the time. Watching a venue, two venues now. I've been told Alrosa is completely gone. Like it got sold and it's just now a parking lot. The venue itself is gone. that and Bernie's Distillery being gone. So, like some of those more, niche kind of theaters in college campuses that would like run Rocky Horror Picture Show or classic horror movies and stuff like that, those things going away,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to hurt, man. It's going to be sad.
Yeah, I mean, before doing YouTube, I was doing movie reviews on Facebook just for shits and giggles to see how it went. And a lot of people liked them, but I'd be like, I'd see it and then go right home and talk about it.
Mhm.
And I kind of miss that, just seeing the film and going and telling everyone out there about it. I miss taking Sarah to stuff because Sarah, especially for horror films, she's like the best person to watch them with because she'll scream during the movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is funny. Like it would get people to laugh and stuff and that. Um, Even like me cackling like the Joker when we saw Batman v Superman, and at the end when Jesse Eisenberg is delivering one of the worst monologues I ever heard, and the theater's dead silent because everyone's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I just start laughing. It kind of carried through the theater, and that was funny.
Yeah.
A similar incident is when my wife and someone with you made us sit through the live action Beauty and the Beast, and I start laughing at how bad the CGI was in that. And you're on the other side of the theater, and you hear me laughing, then you start laughing.
Yeah. Oh, that
Just
movie.
funny theater stories like that. People watching movies and they get so pissed off at them, and they just like they'll throw something at the screen or be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like
What
sitting
movie
through.
did it was me, you, and my old roommate. What movie did we go to?
Well, I was going to bring that up. When we saw
We
Snakes on a Plane, the whole
no.
theater was just a riot. I mean, in the best sense of calling it a riot. Like everyone's in on the joke of the film. We're all laughing, yelling stuff out. When Samuel Jackson stands up, "I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane." It's like standing ovation time. It's like there's the tagline for the film.
No, it
See,
was Iron Man 3. Me, you, and my old roommate, Jordan, who's been on the channel.
my ex girlfriend, she
Yeah,
went that night.
we went and saw Iron Man 3. And as soon as they did the fucking Mandarin twist, he looks at me. I think I was holding my cup of soda and I started to squeeze it a little. He looks at me. He's like, I bet you that really pissed you off. I'm like, you have no idea. It is going to be the
Yeah,
thing I
some
go
idea.
on about for the next 15, 20 years.
Well, I remember seeing Jason X in a theater with our buddy. We won't say his name on the channel, just because he didn't want to be mentioned in any videos. Seeing Jason X and the scene where Jason has the one girl in the sleeping bag and he's beating her with the other girl in the sleeping bag. We're laughing so hard we stood up in the middle of the theater and applauded on that. Um, just the fun you can have at a movie theater. Just seeing like the Rise of Skywalker with myself, Elf, Sean, and a few others, and how annoying we were because they were drinking. I hadn't slept in almost 20 hours, so I was just fried. So we had no fucks to give. I'm sure the people in front of us didn't find it too funny. People behind us were dying.
Yeah.
But that's what I miss. I miss that movie theater atmosphere, especially if it's a movie that is so bad it can be good, and you got a crowd that understands that. It's just like fun for 2 hours.
Well, again, you have a lot of independent theaters, just small run theaters that will air those movies that are so bad it's
Mm-hmm.
good that people pay. Like The Room has been in indie theaters, and Tommy Wiseau, I think he's got money for letting people, air that in their theater now because people are like, oh, I'm going to go see this fucking wild. It's supposed to be a drama, but I laugh movie. You know.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with the theaters. I miss it, but I'm not willing to put my health at risk to go out and enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree.
Hopefully especially the smaller theaters will survive this, and when things get back to normal, if things get back to normal. we'll be able to enjoy that stuff all over again.
Yeah.
What movie were you looking forward to that got pushed back?
Black Widow.
Okay.
I like 1984. Wonder Woman 1984. It looks pretty good. It's going to be interesting because it's not a direct sequel, so I think that's going to be really interesting. But I think it's been a long time
What do you
coming
mean
for
it's not a
Black
direct
Widow to
sequel?
carry her own film.
Well,
Um,
I would have really liked to see the new Ghostbusters that was supposed to come out this summer.
was that the one with the kids?
Hmm.
Yeah, that looks really good.
But we'll see what happens. A lot of these have been pushed back. A lot of these will end up on streaming. Um, you know, it is fun to talk about movie theater stories. So if any of you out there have any kind of stories about theaters, Chris, I can hear your thoughts from here.
I will say one other movie, the new Bond. Um, every
Is
even
that really
number,
good?
I think it's
No,
every
I'm sorry.
odd number Bond movie is usually really good. Of all these newer ones, one was good, second was okay, third was fucking Skyfall was phenomenal, four not so good. So I think this fifth one's gonna be really good.
Okay. Well, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel. Join into the insanity that is Chaos Springer Productions. Um, Chris, do you have anything you'd like to add to the good people out there?
Um,
There you go.
there you go.
All right. Well, be sure to follow us on all our social media accounts, talking our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram. From the Adam and Chris Show, I'm St. Adam.
I'm Chris Malice.
We'll see all of you later.